Hey, welcome to the Busted Zipper Podcast, Season 2. Today we got Taylor with us again. We're talking video games with Josh and Mr. Taylor.
Hey, guys.
Josh, what do we got?
Let's do it. We're going to talk about our preview of 2017's remaining video game slate. So all the games that are slated to come out in 2017. Now, unlike movies that we talked about earlier, we have to have an asterisk on this one because video games, unlike anything else, can be delayed within a month of release. So these can be subject to change, but as of checking this morning on all of our sources and our websites, these are the games that are set to come out. And at the end of this video, we're also going to talk about our E3 predictions. E3 is coming up in, I think, 2 weeks. So we'll talk about that. But first, June, one game is set to come out in June that I'm very excited for. Lacey, my fiance, is next level excited for, is the Crash Bandicoot Insane trilogy.
Yeah.
I think it's cool, both as I played a little bit of Crash, not a lot.
I played zero Crash.
But it's your classic
late
90s, early 2000s platformer. It's Crash, Spyro, Dex, like all of those are just good platformers. But I like it because it's a step in the right direction where we just need a good game. Obviously I like, the Overwatches and stuff, but you don't need these big, multi-billion-dollar AAA titles. Sometimes, even if it means remaking an old classic, which, unlike movies, hey, remake every old classic you got. Send them my way. Mm-hmm. I played the shit out of my N64, my Super Nintendo, my GameCube. Remix them, send them my way. I'd love to play them again. Mm-hmm. So I think it's a step in the right direction. Plus, it's 3 games in one.
So it's just a remaster of all the old games, right?
Yeah, the first 3 Crashes.
I feel like what you're talking about is like those fun, good, classic games, which are now just indies. Like all the indies are doing that, right? That's kind of where that's at. But this is going to have a major brand, a major
indies
backing. Nowadays
are clearly people that grew up playing these games and want to make their own.
Right. And they're good.
The indies have sort of taken over the space that B-level games used to sit at. There used to be a AAA level of game, which is why we had the moniker AAA, because there was a B level of game, which was these sort of cheaper, shorter games, which
can be fun, but
don't exist anymore.
Yeah. So now your game is either Overwatch or it's
Shovel Knight.
There's
Shovel Knight.
Shovel Knight is a perfect example of indie games, or like The Binding of Isaac. Or indie games can fucking blow up because they're that good.
That's the space that I think the Switch is trying to
hold on to.
Yeah, that's where they want to live.
They obviously have their, we'll talk about this during the E3 predictions, but they have their Nintendo AAA titles. But aside from those AAA Nintendo titles,
that's what you're going to get on the Switch. You're going to get indie games and then your Nintendo AAA titles. That's what you get.
All right. July.
Just briefly on Crash Bandicoot, I know Lance will appreciate this. They set this up in The Last of Us.
Yeah,
or in
Uncharted 4.
Yeah,
right? It was like a live pilot test. They're like, do people want this? And
do people like Crash?
And everyone wrote online, this was the coolest part of Uncharted 4.
Yeah, and you can play as many times as you want, which is kind of cool.
I was so bad at it.
Except Elena's phenomenal at it. It's impossible to beat her high score unless you ace it. Anyway,
that's funny. It's such a funny little detail in that game.
Yeah,
bless Naughty Dog. I love this. They might be my favorite developer.
What? No way.
July, Splatoon 2 is coming out. Splatoon is fun.
I never played the first.
Me neither.
Heard incredible things.
Yeah.
It's if Nintendo made a online shooter. The servers were hot garbage. I think they've finally learned their lesson.
Maybe.
Hopefully. I played Mario Kart Online a couple times. It's had its problems. It depends on the day. But it's if Nintendo makes a shooter. You play as these squid kids, and you have to paint the area with a roller or a water gun, and there's it's a pretty deep customization. It's one of those, I didn't own it, but I played it a lot with Zach. He had his Wii U, and it's one of those where I shouldn't, you look at it at face value, you're like, okay, I'll play it a little bit, but as you're playing, you're like, okay, I want to keep playing, I want to keep unlocking guns. And it's like, why am I so invested in Splatoon? And it's just it's a classic Nintendo game that I think it's nice to see. Obviously, I want as many Mario games as you can give me. Yeah. But it's nice to see Nintendo hit something original as well.
Here's something else that the Switch has been doing that is a smart business policy that Nintendo's sort of leaned into, is the idea that they understand no one played the Wii U.
Yeah.
Like, they understand that. And so they're releasing games like Mario Kart 8, which is basically just the exact same game.
Yeah, with a couple extra battle modes.
Yeah, and then Splatoon 2, from what you've seen, is basically just Splatoon 1 with a little different.
With more guns, yeah.
But it'll sell crazy because no one played the Wii U.
Right.
So I bought Mario Kart 8 because I love Mario Kart and I never played the Wii U version.
I think
so
Splatoon was the one game that I remember hearing about the most. It seemed to be somewhat of an internet sensation.
And that's even with the Smash Brothers. There's a leak. It was on 4chan, so you take it with about
a heavy grain of salt.
Yeah, about a rock's worth of salt. But the leak made it seem like it was going to do to Super Smash Brothers what Mario Kart 8 Deluxe did to Mario Kart. It's going to be the Wii U version of Smash with a bunch of old classic like the Target Smash and a couple of other characters that weren't in the Wii U version. It's going to be the Wii U version with extra content, which again I'm fine with because I played the Wii U version with Zach and it was fucking awesome. Can't go wrong with Smash. Again, we'll talk about that later. August, Sonic Mania is coming out.
Oh yeah,
a lot of Sonic action on that one. That's the one that is both 3D and 2D, correct?
Right. It's the new Sonics hearkening to the old Sonics.
Yeah,
it looks it looks really good.
I might actually get it because the old Sonics are. This one though, they blew the lid off the internet when they announced in Sonic Mania you can create your own character.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Which Sonic has the most perverted fan base of any game. Like, look online. Like, the Game Grumps talk about this a lot whenever they play Sonic games. Look online, and holy shit, it's weird.
Or don't.
But in this one, you can create your own character, which is also just kind of fun to have your own, create your own animal and put it in the Sonic world.
That's cool. I saw the gameplay of it, and it looked really cool. The trailer, whatever that was, that little teaser was really fucking cool.
Yeah.
I was really down for that.
I'm so mixed about this.
Yeah.
Because I remember playing on our Genesis with my brother, the original Sonic stuff, and that was so much fun. But the newest Sonic stuff is hot garbage.
Steamy. Steamy garbo.
Like a massive ocean of hot, flaming garbage.
Like, can't get close. Garbage,
Team
garbage
Sonic
too hot.
is a terrible group right now.
Yeah.
And can they make a good game? Has yet to be seen.
Yeah. I don't know the story. I don't know if it's the same team. I don't know if they've brought in anybody, gotten rid of anybody. I have no idea. We'll find out.
Great concept could
shit the bed.
Absolutely thrown away, but with terrible execution.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now we're hitting September, which is when things start to pick up. Obviously, you mentioned earlier, a lot of people in the industry when Madden comes out in August.
Yeah.
Madden's sort of the flag of the beginning line for the new year of video games, because video games don't follow the calendar year. Right. So you've got this weird summer E3 sort of break when it comes to a lot of video games, and a lot of industry people see, oh, Madden's come out, the new season has arrived, and this is when we'll really start picking up towards Christmas.
Yeah.
It's sort of the unspoken quarter one of video games, where it's not the actual fiscal quarter one, but it's the sort of unspoken quarter one right when Madden comes
Three things you can always guarantee: taxes, death, and Madden in the fall.
So Madden comes out in August. Who gives a shit? I haven't bought a Madden. I used to buy Madden every year when
I've said this once. I've said this a million times. As soon as NCAA football comes back, I'm back on that bandwagon.
Yeah,
so
dude.
Quickly.
I put so many hours into that game.
It's the greatest sports like career mode. The coaching mode in NCAA is one of the greatest. Like,
I even thought the gameplay was more fluid than Madden.
Yeah.
I actually liked it better.
Yeah, sports games aside, the coaching mode is just a good. It's like a good RPG mode.
Yeah, it's really okay. In that game, I would create myself, and then I'd rename my offensive and defensive coordinator to my friends. And the coolest part, the thing about college football that's awesome, is there's a million teams and coaches just carousel. They even call it the coaching carousel in the game. Mm-hmm. Those coaches kept the same name when they left. Like, when you win championships, other teams are going to hire your offensive and defensive coordinator. So I looked as Josh became the Michigan head coach, and our friend Matt became the head coach of Hawaii. And then Josh's team sucked, and he got fired. And guess what he became? the defensive coordinator for Matt's team. There's no way there's code that that's
the game
random.
would continue on with that side of the world while you're managing your own team.
So if you're someone who creates headcanon and creates your own storylines, it was amazing.
I used to do the same thing. I create monster players, and I wouldn't pick them up. I wouldn't try to get them on my team at all. I wanted them out in the world, and they would make some great team out there, and I had to go face them. It was amazing.
It was such a fun game.
Always wanted to be the underdog.
Legit RPG elements in it.
Yeah, it was
surprisingly
awesome.
Good.
I'd always pick some underdog. If I didn't create my own team, I'd go with the Buffalo whatever, and
Scoot Tuners.
They're ranked 115, so it took me 2 seasons to get national ranking, and then win my championship kind of thing.
So good. Bring back NCAA football,
please,
or we strike
over Madden.
September, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite comes out, which is going to be great.
If you like fighting games, Marvel vs. Capcom was probably something you were into.
It's still yet to be seen, I think, about the status of X-Men in it, right?
I thought that was a no-go for sure.
I thought it was a no-go for sure. I mean, we could be wrong. E3 could reveal more.
From what I've heard and read, this game is intentionally paralleled with Infinity War.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously.
So you're going to see a lot of Avengers, Guardians.
Well, I mean, you use the Infinity Stones as sort of
right. They're like your power-ups that you choose beforehand.
And I know friend of the show, Maximilian and Unruly have gotten their hands on bits of it, or maybe not their hands on it, but they've
the game.
Max has a series where he breaks down a lot of it on YouTube, and I haven't watched all of them, obviously. But I'm just excited for it. I love the Marvel vs. Capcom games. I know about half of the Capcom roster, but that's enough because I know full on the Marvel roster. I just love those games.
And Marvel's so hot right now, we're all curious what other characters are going to be
who
there.
Are they gonna bring in?
We don't know if Deadpool... Is Deadpool announced yet, or is that
I don't know, but he's such a staple to those games.
Right now, especially. Yeah, and he brings that level of I mean, when you see Mega Man going against Iron Man, Mega Man's this big, Iron Man's obviously a normal human being. Deadpool can at least bring that comedy.
I mean, one of his combos in the last one was pull down his health bar and beat the shit out of someone with it. It's fucking incredible.
You gotta have that kind of stuff.
Something I'm so excited for in September, we've talked about this a little bit last time, is Destiny 2. If Destiny 2 picks up where Destiny 1 finally left off, it's going to be the game everyone thought Destiny 1 was going to be originally. Destiny 1 started off, I bought it, I pre-ordered it, and I maxed out my 3 characters within a month, and I was like, I don't really want to grind for weapons just so I'm better in the multiplayer arena. I don't give a shit. And then they started releasing these DLCs, and if you spent the whole $110 for Destiny 1, you got a full game that was immersive. It had end game content. You could do these raids with your buddies. A big thing they're adjusting in Destiny 2 now is they had these raids that you had to have 6 people with. You had to be in a party of 6. You couldn't queue up and then 2 other people would join you. So you'd see a lot on Game FAQs and Reddit and on these message boards, people hey, I need 2 people for this raid on PS4. My username is this. Not really good in retrospect. So now you don't have to have that anymore. They haven't gone into too much detail about it, but you can queue up by yourself. And I think they'll probably just do matchmaking. They'll probably pair you with a group of 5 that need someone else. They're doing it so you can play by yourself and still get the full experience. And I think that's the smartest thing they could do. They're adding a bunch of new subclasses for the 3 classes they have: Warlock, Titan, and Hunter. And they're another problem that Destiny had is they had very tight restrictions on the weapons. You could have a sidearm, a regular gun, and a heavy gun. Now it's a heavy gun and then 2 kinetic weapons. So you can have 2 shotguns and a rocket launcher, 2 sniper rifles and a rocket launcher if you want to. You don't have to have a pistol that you'll never use.
Sounds very Halo 2.
Yeah.
And it's... I never played Destiny, but from what I've heard, the game you wanted was Taken King after.
That's exactly what it was.
And from what I've heard about what... a lot of people, they just had this big event where they brought a lot of industry people, a lot of game journalists in, and I've heard a lot about it. The story itself is going to feel more cinematic.
Yeah.
It's going to feel less like there's a story that they've duct taped to the shooter.
Right.
And it's going to be a game with a story that has shooting elements to it. You're going to have characters in the world you can interact with, NPCs like that, which is what I think people who want to play Destiny like yourself kind of want.
Well, yeah, we heard it was from Bungie when it first came out, and you're like, oh shit, so it's going to be like a massively multi-online player Halo, and it kind of wasn't, but this one's starting to creep, because Bungie can do good story-driven games. obviously. So fine, this is when we're getting.
I'll probably wait on it. I think my excitement's kind of stifled by the fact that DLC seems like it was still coming out like a month ago.
Right.
So is this just another big DLC load, or is this an actual completely different game?
Yeah.
It seems, see, because the original intent behind Destiny was like, we've got a 10-year plan for this game.
Yeah. It wasn't supposed to be a Destiny 2. It was just supposed to be Destiny growing for the new platform and how
it
easy
sort of
it is
seems
to get
like
online.
they're like, okay, let's just like they want to pick up on their 10-year plan. This is sort of like, okay, let's start over. Here you go, guys. This is what we really want to give you.
Right.
A lot of people have been calling this Destiny 1.5 because this is like the actual Destiny 1.
Yeah.
That sounds right. Yeah. We're not getting complete games anymore. That's kind of a
nope, and it sucks balls.
It's a bummer.
That's why people. I'm an Overwatch fanboy. Everyone knows this. But when people are like, because for PC you get it for $40, but for consoles it's $60. You get some cosmetic stuff and you get some bonus stuff with it. But it's $60 and like it's not worth it. It's just an online shooter. It's not worth it. It's like, yes, it's only an online shooter, but every single map, game mode, character, which there have already been 3 of, and there's going to be another one soon. Every single thing that Blizzard releases from here on out is free. You never have to spend a dime on Overwatch if you don't want to. The only thing you spend it on is cosmetic items, which really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So the thing with that is they released a full, made them at a full game at release, but they're completing the game for free. But nowadays it's such a rampant business strategy to give you 3/4 of a game.
Well, yeah. I mean, my big complaint right now is Friday the 13th. Obviously, that's a totally different thing. It wasn't a huge studio doing it, and I give them a lot of credit because they worked their asses off on that game.
They still are.
But, I mean, I haven't even played it yet. I've had it for a week and a half. I sat in the lobby for 2 nights and didn't get one single match.
We'll try
it was a bummer.
later.
And I just, like, all I wanted them to do was go like, no, this is our beta. Launch it in a few weeks when you've done everything. Do your little soft launch and call it a beta. I won't touch that. And then when you give me my actual launch, I'll take it.
And like you said, that's a different thing. Bungie should be releasing full games.
Yeah.
Everybody should be.
Right.
Which
they
is
should
a
have
good
it all.
When it's a crowd-funded mini studio with like 2 dozen guys working on it, you can give them. They have an excuse.
Unless it's No Man's
I
Sky.
give them the full excuse. But we'll get to this at the E3 thing. I know Ubisoft, I think, is finally going like, okay, we need to finish our games. And
damage control.
And they've said that about Assassin's Creed. It'll come out when it comes out.
Yeah.
Which
October.
is fine.
Yes, I will wait.
We need, for future, Lance and I need to do a
Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's
yeah.
Creed stream sometime.
Let's
Easy
talk,
Talks
yeah.
is
Easy
Assassin's
Talks,
Creed.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
October we
My
got
man.
Middle-earth Shadow of War. It's been delayed from August to October.
It's fine.
I am so excited for
You
this
called
game.
that actually in one podcast. You said that it would be delayed, and it
Yeah.
has been.
It was.
Which I'm okay with. We talked about this. Delay a game. I don't care.
I want a full game rather than...
Don't delay it for
Don't
3
even give
years.
us a date. Just give us a little trailer and like, oh god, I gotta have that. And then
I'm okay if they say summer, mid, late, holidays, whatever. Give me a vague. Give me a 2 or 3 month
Q1,
span.
Q2.
Tell me
Yeah.
2 years. I don't care. I don't care.
Don't be the Division and delay it 3 years and still come out with a unfinished.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
unfinished,
boy.
right? But
Scars.
Unfinished.
This game, okay. So
Shadow of War.
You play the first Shadow of Mordor, and in my mind, and I'm sure everyone else is thinking, in 2 or 3 years, 75% of all games are going to have a Nemesis system in it.
Yeah.
That system
That's what I
itself
called.
is so intricate and so beautiful. I think I spent 100 hours in that game. I think I played 10 hours of the story. I just went around murdering Nemesis over and just loved it. And to the point where there's a second act to the game.
Yeah.
Right? You go to this different place and I went,
yeah.
oh, I shouldn't have done that.
This is
and
even
no one's come out with another Nemesis system,
Which
basically.
shocked me.
It's insane. This is the Nemesis system, the game.
Yeah.
It's full on. You take these castles, you recruit your own like Nemesis people
out of your ranks.
Yeah.
Those people that you recruit have an effect on the castle, which has an effect on the land that the castle watches over.
And there's cinematics, and each character has its own spell. It's like, and some people think this is a derogatory term, and if you know me, you know it's not. This is going to be like Dynasty Warriors on the greatest steroids of all times. Like large scale battles.
It's Dynasty Warriors with a Nemesis system.
Yeah,
is what it
large
is.
scale battles with important, like almost every person you're facing matters. They have special abilities. They have special weaknesses that you have to plan for.
Yeah,
you're gonna. It's like the Total War games almost. Like you're gonna have this overmap that you're looking down on.
You have to plan for.
Yeah, and you're planning and strategizing, and then you go down into this massive battle that you get to be a part of and control. So
hell yeah,
I'm so stoked about this game.
Dragons.
Though I've heard it's very buggy.
I believe that.
From hopefully
then delay it. Delay it. Fix those bugs.
They got to clean out because
push it till March. I don't care.
They said that their E3 model that they're going to show is well beyond what an E3 model has to be. So that implies that they were ready for release in August, but the delays to clean up all the bugs, which is
when you've got a million characters on the screen.
Yeah,
you need time to clean that stuff.
And a portion of those million characters has their own set of attributes, and
I can't imagine the coding that you have to do that.
Bless those guys. Yeah. November, we got Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, which I didn't even know Lego was still doing.
The Lego
Marvel
stuff has gone down.
It's gone down for sure, but I just like Lego because I feel like Lego is the one company that I'm sure there is legal things with rights and they have to get it approved, but it feels like Lego goes up to any company and like, can we use your stuff? And they're like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because Harry Potter, DC, Marvel, Lord of the Rings, all of it.
All the most major like products out there.
It just feels like a little kid who's like, can I play with your stuff? And they're like, yeah, go ahead.
They were the original Telltale.
For real, yeah. Telltale's like that now too. Telltale does fucking anything, but Lego can do whatever property they fucking want.
Because
it does no damage to the brand.
You're not going to damage the brand. They're not going to do that.
It's impossible to damage the brand with something Lego. With a movie, maybe. With a video game.
Well, Batman, the Lego Batman movie is like the highest rated Batman movie there.
Yes. Yeah.
How is that possible?
It was pretty good.
Lego, what are you doing?
Fuck yeah, Lego. Call of Duty World War II is slated to come out in November right now.
That won't move.
That won't move, no.
Call
of Duty is
Call
like
of Duty is like second week in November every year.
Yeah. That one I'm not going to plan on buying right away. But I won't be closed off to it. If it impresses me, I might try it out.
We've had some really good times with Battlefield 1.
Yeah.
And that's sort of old school. It's been long enough.
Yeah.
Since World at War. I remember playing World at War when I was like my first year of college, which is it's far enough away that I want to get back to a World War II.
Speaking of Battlefield 1, Star Wars Battlefront 2 also comes out in November. So again, Battle of the Shooters. EA.
And just like Call of Duty, because of the coattails of the movie coming out, I don't expect that one to be delayed.
No. And again, it's just like Destiny where it's like...
This is Battlefront 1.5.
Yeah, 1.5, right? We're getting, okay, this is what you wanted. And we can do that, so here you go. It was like that easy. It's not anything new, really. It's just a new format.
I think the reason I won't get Call of Duty is because I'll probably be playing Battlefront.
Yeah.
Because story mode, which is cool because you're playing a female... Imperial captain, which is fucking dope.
It's awesome.
There's gonna be Force Awakens characters in there. There's gonna be from every trilogy.
Yeah, this game is so aware. Like we obviously like original Star Wars characters in the world that we already know. So they're giving us that. They're giving us a storyline. They're giving us every era that we've seen.
Now we can mix them now too,
and we can mix them up. It's just such.
I want to shoot Kylo Ren as Lando Calrissian. Damn it!
That's all I need. That's all.
I think it's just such an aware, like a fan-aware game that it's just gonna be beautiful.
It's one of the shining. If it is everything they promise it's going to be, it is one of the shining examples of a studio listening.
Yeah.
If you see the progression DICE has made from Battlefront, to Battlefield 1. And my goodness, I would love to just see some improved Battlefield 1 and then put a Star Wars skin on it.
Yeah, people complain about that. They're like, when Battlefront came out, it was not complete. They did not have enough stuff. But gameplay-wise, they were like, this is just Battlefield with a Star Wars skin on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Let me play those characters. Like, the vehicles alone, like, Josh and I will get into a motorcycle in Battlefield 1 and just...
We won't
It'll be the most fun we have.
We won't shoot anybody.
We'll just, like, we get stuck on things. Imagine, okay, so you've got the blimp. Imagine, like, a big old, like, the Carillion Corvette or something, like, coming down on you, just like that blimp does in Battlefield. I'm I'm hella tight for that.
Stop saying hella tight. No one in California says hella tight anymore.
Gwen Stefani does.
Oh my god.
Does she? Gwen, what's wrong with you?
But again, I want to see more. We'll probably see more at EA. I mean, from EA at E3 with Battlefront 2.
Yeah. They're one of the big people who still do a lot.
And in December, we have a possible, it's still listed as just December, Super Mario Odyssey for the Switch. The first trailer they showed, you were only in New Donk City.
New Donk City, baby.
But more trailers are coming out. He's in the jungle. He's in the desert. So I think it's going to be another Mario game like Super Mario 64, where you're just everywhere. You go in every landscape.
Yeah.
You hit every.
I think that's what they're kind of selling to us.
I love my Switch. Like the way they're doing the Switch is so good. They're letting their A stars of the Nintendo universe. They're letting Link. They're letting Mario take their time to make great, beautiful games.
Yeah.
And then they're interspersing these little titles between
the ARMS and like Shovel Knight and
to let me get my money's
wet
worth
my
on
whistle a little bit.
But then, I want Breath of the Wild Mario. Like that's all I need.
And I have a feeling that's what it's going to be.
Give me something expansive, something new that is referential to what I love about the previous things. Give me some of those small moments that's like that remind me of Ocarina of Time.
Yeah. Don't hold my hand. Yeah, give me a couple callbacks to Mario N64.
Right.
Don't hold. Just let me go. Don't hold my hand. It's Mario. I'll figure it out.
And there's so many options with Mario because of his weird connection with every other person in the universe of Nintendo. It's called New Donk City.
Yeah.
Is Donkey Kong the mayor of New Donk City?
I would flip shit if Donkey Kong, he's already wearing a tie, if he has a coat on, a business coat with his tie.
So look up the way Bowser looks in Mario Odyssey.
I don't know if I know this.
I don't want to spoil it for you because the picture is amazing.
I don't know.
I want to say that there's. Oh, please be. Oh yeah, it's there.
This?
Yeah, Bowser's a pimp in New Donk City.
What?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Fuck.
What is that?
Oh my god.
Isn't that amazing? New Donk City, baby.
I have a feeling something we might see. Here's my possible prediction, because in the trailer, in the second one, it's like quick cuts of him in the desert, in the jungle, and other places. What if there's a different Bowser? Like, what if it's not different lands? It's different sort of universes or worlds where that's the Bowser for New Donk City. There might be a jungle Bowser. There might be a desert Bowser.
Yeah,
which would be kind of cool.
That would be dope. And I mean, you've got.
I just put it up on the screen for everyone else to see.
That shit is unbelievable.
That is the most amazing thing ever. Like they're leaning into campy fun.
They're figuring
Mario,
it out.
Mario doesn't have to be serious. Mario can freaking be a dinosaur turtle in a pimp outfit.
I'm about it.
I want that. That's what I want.
Oh, good. So with E3 coming up,
right?
Do we have any
coming up?
Yeah.
Big time.
Do we have any predictions or hopes for it? I would like to see Smash Brothers. Nintendo is always, you never know what they're going to bring to E3 because they have their own shit.
It's super hard because if you use last year as an example, they only had Zelda.
Yeah.
That is all they played. That's all they like.
I think
they had Zelda.
I think they're going to have a couple. I might have read a report that they have a few things in mind. I want to see info on the new Smash Brothers. I will buy a console for Smash Brothers. I love it that much.
Yeah.
A game that did get delayed that I want to see more at E3 is Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh yeah. So what's up with that? I haven't heard anything on it.
It's just a blanket delayed. What I want to see, if we see more about it, here's my thing. I've talked about this before. I'll talk about it again. I'll talk about it every podcast if you let me. Take Red Dead Redemption 1. It had an online mode. It was fun. Wasn't monumental in any way. Grand Theft Auto 5 blew the fucking lid off of games like that with an online mode. It even sold to just separate. You can just buy Grand Theft Auto online now.
Yeah.
I'm so curious where Grand Theft Auto goes now.
Yeah.
$1 billion in microtransactions, like the biggest selling microtransaction
unbelievable.
ever. Anyway.
So what we saw a lot of in Grand Theft Auto Online was the heists and like what you can do, these different things. You can hit them from above. You have to split, on the whiteboard, you split the cut. Are we going to get heists in Red Dead 2? Can I rob a train with my boy?
Right?
And instead of have a getaway car, do we have a guy that runs up on a horse and you have to time a jump and jump onto a horse? Do you
or like a paddy wagon?
Just fucking do you rob an old timey bank like
there's so much in that game. I remember being overwhelmed by that game. I was so overwhelmed by that game. I couldn't get through it because I was running around in the middle of the desert. I'm like, oh, there's wolves out here. I gotta.
It's one of those where if you're not careful, you'll get too that's what happened to me when I played The Witcher. I still haven't finished The Witcher 3 because I got too involved in other stuff.
Yeah.
And I ran out of time.
I was actually overwhelmed to the point I was like, I'm not gonna play this anymore because it's just too much.
There are games where you can get overwhelmed, and that could happen. Witcher 3, even Zelda.
Yeah, the difference between that is the first Red Dead came out in a world where we hadn't really experienced that level of openness.
That's true.
We weren't ready for it.
We're now a little more used to that.
Yeah, with Grand Theft Auto 5,
of openness.
Breath of the Wild. Yeah.
It's true.
It could be the game of the decade.
Yeah,
right?
if done properly, if they take their time, because Grand Theft Auto 5 was arguably the game of the decade.
Right.
It was monumental, and if they take their time and they do it right, Red Dead Redemption 2 can be that game.
Because there's no way that with how good the first Red Dead did that they haven't been flushing this one out,
working on it
for years.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the same thing. We don't know. I mean, this thing could have been 10 years in the making.
Yeah.
Or I don't know when the first one came out.
Yeah, right.
Speaking of sort of westerns, we're getting teaser trailers for the new Far Cry, which is set in
Montana.
Wyoming,
yeah.
Montana.
Like
it's
Hope
got a
Springs.
cult vibe or something, right?
Yeah, it's like
I've never played any of the Far Cry.
Me either.
But this is the
Far Cry 3 was fucking awesome. Far Cry Primal was a reskin of Far Cry 4.
Right.
Far Cry 4 was here. If it's anything like Far Cry 3, the whole game it's the classic Ubisoft. Go to this thing, it'll unlock this part of the map, and here's all the little things you can do in that part of the map.
But it's got a cult
this one, it's like a
vibe?
cult. Yeah, it's like a cult that tries to take you in, and you've got Far Cry 3, you got stranded on this island, and Far Cry 4, you got stranded on this mountain. Far Cry Prime, whatever. But this one, it's like you're bashing extremist nut jobs.
And also
modern day, which is kind of fucking cool.
In the United States.
Yeah, which you've never seen in a Far Cry game.
Yeah, it's like, okay, what's every other shooter ever? Oh, I'm going to
go to Asia.
Shoot other people,
Yeah.
non-white American people.
Yeah.
Like what? There's got to be something about that.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to, I wouldn't be surprised if we see protests pop up from some side of some political aisle.
Yeah.
Because, especially with the political climate the way it is, where people are going to be pissed off at Far Cry 5 that you're shooting these extreme, and they do a good job of they're not saying they don't exist. They're not, and the religion isn't Christianity. It's not any existing religion.
Yeah, it's fictional.
It's a fictional cult religion, but one religion or one group nowadays is probably going to take ownership of that and then protest it.
Whatever, it's art.
It'll be interesting.
That's the world we live in. But
they're going so dark with it.
It's dark.
The little teaser has a guy with the head and the bell, and
that's insane.
It feels very Resident Evil, right? That's kind of the trend right now. Is these cult backwoods kind of the storylines and vibes and stuff like that because it's real. It feels more real. It's not a monster. It's real people just losing their shit. You're talking about Ubisoft. They seem to be finally taking their time with their games. Because they've kind of come out.
They were starting to get sweaty a little bit with how many.
Yeah, and we're talking E3. We're in E3 now.
Yeah. Well, give me some Assassin's Creed, Lance. I want some from you. That's why I came to California. I want some Assassin's Creed from you.
They've finally teased Assassin's Creed, and if you go online,
that's right.
Fans are talking. It's called Empire. It's called Origins. It's going back to ancient Egypt and all this kind of stuff. And basically, I forget the guy's name, but the one running the Assassin's Creed brand is going he's laughing, and that's all he'll do. And see you at E3. All they've done is launched the Assassin's Creed logo with a green background and a gold
logo. And there's
logo.
that one leak.
And leak?
That's something I do want to talk about. Nowadays, leaks are such a thing, especially in the video game community. How many are actual leaks?
Yeah.
Because you see something like Overwatch 2, it's so easy to make an anonymous account on Reddit or 4chan, and make a leak, but with things like images,
Mm-hmm.
because people say, look, I'm a quality tester for Blizzard, and the new character is going to have these abilities, whatever, and it comes out, and yeah, it might be true, but sometimes it's not. But with pictures, how do you trace back where this leak came from?
Right.
How do these multi-billion-dollar companies put a lid on their leaks? A lot of leaks, I think, nowadays are just companies that are having someone else post it.
Yeah, who did that for? I think I know Deadpool the movie did that, but
it's free publicity, is what
it's
it
free
is.
publicity.
It's an ad campaign you don't have to pay for.
Yeah, it's coming back, kind of a thing. With Assassin's Creed, I'm excited about it because they are going to show something. It's confirmed that they will show something.
And if they do, Egypt is sick. I love that.
Yeah, it's a great idea, and they need. I finished the last game, and there was a big, nice, open, juicy, fat, new element to Assassin's Creed world, and it would definitely make sense to the world of Egypt and mummies and everything that goes with Egypt. It would be great. All they've confirmed is that they will show something, but they've also said we're taking our time. There's no release date. It'll come out when it comes out, probably next year. I love that idea. Great. Yeah. Unity was a fucking disaster, right? I mean, faces were ripped. Nobody could get through. I couldn't get through that game. I mean, I'm playing. I'm like, I can't open this thing. I can't play this mission. I can't do this. I can't. It was such a bizarre game. And then you went back to basics for Syndicate. Very simple gameplay, a very charming story, and you got back to some cool assassins. So now you've got this time. I mean, you released the movie, which for fans I think was awesome. I don't know if you saw it, Taylor. I'll let you borrow it for a day or whatever. You didn't like it? Oh, you saw it.
I didn't see it, but I've heard so many things. It's like I'm almost.
Don't listen. If you're an Assassin's Creed fan, you should like the movie.
Okay, I'm in.
To me, it felt like you're in the missions. You're
cool.
Yeah, it was very cool for an Assassin's Creed fan to watch. They've done that. Now they're back to the drawing board, but they have a very cool opening, and I'm really excited for that.
Egypt is a place that you could go so many
ways. And it's I mean, they talk about the precursor civilization and all that, and it's very similar.
Of Egypt?
Right?
My goodness,
it's so similar that that's a great point to just open up the Assassin's Creed world, and we need some assassins back, and
the idea, that the Egyptians are the assassins, and you have so many Greek and Roman conquerors of Egypt. You've got Alexander the Great, all those.
Yeah.
That Templar influence could be
anywhere.
It could be an us versus them mentality. Like
Egypt
we're
is
the
a great
resistance.
choice.
Yeah, I think it's going to be amazing whatever they're doing. I think they've really got a good idea, and they've taken their time, and they're continuing to take their time.
Yeah.
Ubisoft, thank you. Slow down. Give us a real game.
Right.
So
yeah,
that's what I'm most excited about.
For me, I mean, is there anything else? It's pretty much everything we've talked about. I just want more info on it.
Yeah, I want to know more about what's coming. I'll be interested to see what we haven't heard of at all yet.
Yeah.
Because when I was, I watched most all of the E3 press conferences. I was surprised by how many things I had not heard yet.
Right.
I want to hear more about God of War.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about God of War.
That looks hella tight.
Yeah.
Stop. Yeah, most of the games we talked about, I'm not on the fence. I'm going to get Battlefront 2. I'm going to get Shadow of War. There's not a lot of games I'm on the fence about. Same with movies. There are trailers that might sway me, like the Mountain Between Us. That trailer swayed me. I want to see it now. But in terms of games, because it's such an investment, people make decisions on games pretty early on. So that's why I think E3, the best part of E3 is the new things. Obviously, I want to know more about Destiny 2, or I want to know more about the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite roster, for example.
Right.
Yeah.
But E3, it's give me the new games. What do you got for me? Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if Ubisoft, I suppose, because they have Assassin's Creed and they have Far Cry 5, if they're working on anything else.
I believe they kind of announced their fiscal year, and it's all back to their originals. I think even Splinter Cell might have been on the docket, but I'm not sure about that. I'll have to confirm with that later.
So, you got them doing that. EA's got, it'll be very Call of Duty.
Oh, yeah.
So we're all pretty loyal to Brown. Obviously, Ubisoft guy. Naughty Dog, Josh?
Naughty Dog. Oh, Naughty Dog can...
Taylor, who's your gaming brand?
Is it Nintendo, EA?
I mean, I sweep between lines.
Yeah.
I'm a chameleon of the gaming world. Like I want to play.
I'll play a lot of them, but there are games that there are companies where, like Naughty Dog, if they release a game, there's a good chance I'm going to buy it regardless.
I don't trust anyone. I don't have the time to have bad games.
Yeah.
You know, like
that's fair.
I'll throw it away ASAP if it's not very good.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I grew up Assassin's Creed. Like I have a history degree.
Yeah.
That stuck on me.
Yeah.
You know, we played a lot of shooters growing up.
Yeah.
Splinter Cell.
Yeah.
Or you know, there's Splinter Cell. They're Time Splitters.
Time Splitters.
What if they announce a Time Splitters game?
There's
rumors.
There's been rumors of a Time Splitters coming up, and anyone who's played Time Splitters loves it. And anyone who hasn't played it has no idea. Should, but has no idea about it. But anyone who has played it is obsessed with it. It's this like. It was Overwatch before there was Overwatch. There was a cast of characters. There was you hopped through time. You hopped to the future. You hopped like to ancient Egypt. You like went all over the place. And there has been rumblings that maybe there's another one coming by. And if it's going to be announced, it's going to be announced at E3.
Yeah, there's a lot. That's what I love E3. You know, is the stuff I have no idea.
Yeah,
right.
I'm hoping for some big surprises.
Yeah,
you know,
because like last year we God of War. We had seeing Breath of the Wild, seeing Crash when they had Crash coming out.
That was fucking dope. I think Battlefield 1 was revealed at E3. I think. No,
they played it.
They played it.
It was the first.
It was the first time you saw gameplay. That's right.
So there's a lot of cool stuff that could.
Yeah.
You know, what's Square Enix doing? They're trying to get rid of the Hitman IP.
We might see something from Square. They're making a Avengers RPG,
right?
Like Final Fantasy style.
That, yeah.
They're making an Avengers RPG, Final Fantasy style,
which could be tight.
Which is why people are like, "Oh, that's another Kingdom Hearts we might see." That's why most people are like, "Oh, Avengers won't be in Kingdom Hearts. Star Wars might, but Avengers won't because Square Enix is doing an entire Avengers RPG."
And then you've always got when it comes to Square Enix, are they going to do a Final Fantasy VII remaster?
I mean, they are, but
when is that coming out? When am I going to see something about it? Yeah,
instead of just that insane cinematic.
So there's so many things.
Yeah. Anything else, Lance?
I think I'm good.
Now I just can't wait for E3.
Let's do it.
Thank you guys for watching our 2017 video game preview.
Yep.
Check by again once E3 is done. I'm sure we'll be talking plenty about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we will.
Taylor, thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Taylor.
Yeah, I'd love to be here.
Come back.
I'll try.
Later, y'all.
Josh's point. Bye.